We're going to blow this story up. And we're going to look at the conclusion of the story. And look at the conclusion of the story as really the word of Jesus. Keep watch. Live with awareness. Live with alertness. Pay attention. It's the same theme from the other two readings. Be self-controlled. Keep watch. Be alert. Stay awake. It's a theme that we see Jesus, we can find this theme frequently in the teachings of Jesus. Wake up. Wake up. Be alert. I drive from Winchester to get to Brattleboro, and I drive on Route 119. I bet many of you have been on Route 119. And there's a stretch from Winchester to Ashwillett, which is Winchester really to Hinsdale. It's a very pretty drive along the Ashwillett River. And it's a circuitous route, lots of curves and lots of hills. So you can't really see the cars that are coming toward you because of the curves and because of the hills. They could be on the other side of the hill. I was coming to church last Monday morning. It was about 5:30 in the morning. I was on the road. It was dark. And there were very few cars on the road. I don't drive fast. I drive the speed limit. And so it was early in the morning, so I was just trundling along, and then I could see the person's lights in my rear view mirror. And he was right on my bumper. But he couldn't pass me because of the nature of the road, so I just pulled over. And whoosh, he went flying by me. And then another car was right behind him, whoosh. I thought, oh, I'm glad I pulled over. I got back on the road, and no sooner did I get back on the road than there was a third car that came behind me. I pulled over, whoosh. Now, the first reaction that we have, what is the theme here? Keep alert, keep watch, keep alert, pay attention, be aware. The first reaction that I have, probably like yours, why do these people drive slow? If they were going to Brattleboro, going that fast, that much faster would save them maybe 2 minutes. Why don't they just drive slow? Anyway, we'll put that aside. A couple of years ago, I was, most of you know I ride a bike, and that's part of my spiritual practice because it puts me in a place of peace. And I ride on backcountry roads, very little traffic. Matter of fact, a lot of these roads don't even have lines on them. I was at the end of, I had been out for about 2 hours. I was at the end, and I was coming back to the car, our car, where I parked. I was on an open stretch of road. You could see half a mile. It was at the end of the ride, which means I was usually pretty relaxed. Whoosh, this car comes right up against my left leg. Doesn't hit me, but very, very close. Now, the road is an open road. There's no car coming toward us. There's the whole other lane for the car to drive in. But whoosh, really close to me. I let out a torrent of words that I did not even know I was capable of using. Some really unique combinations. And I was so grateful that this person did not pull over a couple of 100 yards down the road because it would not have been a good scene. And afterwards, I said to myself, where did that come from? I'm on a 20-pound bike, and that person's in a 1-ton car. Where did that come from? And it was a sign. What's our theme? Keep alert, be awake. I had to ask myself, what is going on within me? That all that stuff could come out like that. Because I was not even in touch with it. It just came out. What is going on within me? So our first reaction to those drivers on the road for whom I pulled over, the first reaction is they ought to drive better. Why are they driving like that? The second question is, what's our theme? Keep alert, keep watch, be awake. What are they living with? That they feel compelled to drive like that. Am I alert and awake to what is going on within me? And am I alert and awake to what is going on in other people? Back in November and December, I think this is a fascinating time of the year for us. In September and October, we all had our regular schedules and our things that we had to do. You know, you got to do laundry, you got to do the grocery shopping and clean the house, you got to go to work, you've got to tend to all the stuff you normally tend to, and that I normally tend to. Yeah, we all know that. Then we get to November and December, and not only do we have to do all of that stuff that we had to do back then in September and October, but now in November and December, we have to add to it, and we add to it the decorating of the house, and the buying of the gifts, and the making the special foods, and the having company over. And does anyone send cards? No one sends cards anymore. we just took that off the list. So we have the stuff from September and October, and then we layer on top of it, we label it on like gravy on like Thanksgiving potatoes. All of this other stuff. And so what does it create in us as a result? Stress and pressure. You got to get it done. Got to get it done. Because it wouldn't be Christmas unless we did all of this other stuff. So am I alert and awake to the kind of pressure and tension that I am living with? And am I alert and awake to what other people are going through at the same time? I think that's one of the great ironies of this time of the year, because we look at Jesus as the Prince of what?
Peace.
Peace. But what are we? Stressed. Even at church. Oh, we gotta get the place decorated. Outside, inside, special service, special music. We gotta stop the bring. Gotta remember to bring them when I go to the store. It's just more and more and more stuff, which creates within us more and more and more tension and anxiety, stuff that will pass to be done. And then the great one, I love it. I just I love this. We're feeling all this, right? And some of us may not even be aware of it. Yeah? We're feeling all this, and then you also have to be what?
Happy.
I gotta be happy. I gotta be happy. I gotta be happy during the whole time. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Everybody's going, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm feeling really stressed there. Merry Christmas. And this is what I love. I visited this family, a senior citizen, and this is 4 years ago. He loved Christmas. He loved it. Just loved Christmas. Yeah, and it was wonderful going into his house. You go into his house, you could not find a place to put down a cup of coffee, because he had Christmas trinkets all over the place. He had a tree in the dining room, a little tree in the kitchen, a tree in the living room. He had wreaths on the bathroom door, wreaths on the closet doors. Lights inside, lights outside. It was like walking into a house. And I thought to myself, I said, I was going to say to him, why don't you just have one tree? That would have been a big mistake. So, I didn't say anything. Because if I had said to him, why don't you just have one tree? What would he have done? He would have been really nice about it. He would have, we just want to do this extra tree. But when I leave, what would he have done?
he would have erupted with his wife and said, "Oh, what's the matter with this guy? We don't like to do this." Right? I mean, it just would have brought out all that stuff that he was probably burying, because you've got to get all this stuff out and decorate it. So once, I was shut up. Great guy in heaven now.
And then in addition, there's another issue that I think we all need to be aware of, and that is that I don't think you can get through the Christmas season without being aware of the passage of time. I just don't think it happens. All of us remember the Christmases of our youth. We remember what it was like to have maybe little kids around. We had kids around years ago. You put up decorations on the tree. If you're like us, you have decorations that the kids made, or you have decorations from your parents or your grandparents. And we all become aware of the people who are no longer there to celebrate Christmas with us. And so in the tapestry of Advent, there is woven within the tapestry a string of sadness. But you're supposed to be what? Happy. And we are supposed to be people of peace. So here are a few thoughts. First, can we embrace the sadness? Sadness is truth. Can we embrace the sadness and look for the good, the blessing, God's presence, despite the sadness? I think it's more authentic than shoving it down and acting kind of happy. So embrace the sadness, because it's there for all of us. Embrace it and then look for God's presence in the midst of it. That is authentic joy. People of peace. Can we become aware of the stuff that we're living with? And if there's pressure, question it. Question it. Ask what it costs you. Question it. To live with the recognition that Jesus comes in the midst of this to bring us peace, not pressure and stress and all that other stuff. That doesn't mean we don't do things for Christmas. But maybe we can do those things in the spirit of calm, the spirit of surrender. So if there's sadness, embrace it. Look for Christ's presence. If there's pressure, question it, that we may live at peace. And as we deal with the people around us, let us be aware of the kinds of pressures that they're under. And can we pull over on the side of the road and let them go by? Can we be a person of grace that accepts the folks who just want to decorate and decorate and decorate? God bless them. Can we be the person of peace that accepts and offers grace? So 3 movements here. Embrace the sadness, look for the good. Be aware of the pressure and seek peace. Question the pressure. And third, be aware of what we're living with as well as what other people are living with, that we can be a sign of grace for them in the midst of what this season is all about. This is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to really provide a witness, living out of peace as we deal with all of these themes and these issues that really filter into this season. We can do that. And it all begins with what? Awareness. Be alert to what is going on within. And as we are alert to what is within us, we become alert and aware of what other people are going through. Let us be people of peace for the Prince of Peace. Thank you for your attention. In Jesus' name.
Amen.